This travel bag aims to keep all your belongings safe while traveling. Let's talk about it. Welcome friends, I'm John and this is UnPack'D, the place where we unpack all the details about your favorite bags, etc. and travel related gear. And I have yet another travel backpack for you. Today, we're gonna unpack all the details of the EXP35 from Pacsafe. If you're new here, welcome. I'm gonna unpack all the details of this bag, show you all the features, I'll pack it out, I'll try it on for you, and I'll tell you about my experience in using the bag over the course of the last several weeks. Now, at any point in this video you find any value, please consider hitting like and subscribe, as that helps supports me and the channel directly. Thank you. So many moons ago when I first started traveling, Pacsafe is actually one of the very first companies that I came across. Now they offer a variety of urban, travel, and everyday carry gear that offers a lot of built-in security features. In addition to that, they also participate in a number of green initiatives, one of them being the Turtle Fund. So if you haven't noticed, Pacsafe logo is actually a sea turtle, and they donate 1% of their annual profits to different initiatives that focus on sea turtle conservation. So in addition to all that, a lot of their products are constructed from recycled materials. Like this bag right here actually uses 37 plastic bottles in its construction. It is also PFC free. Now PFCs are chemicals that are used in water repellents, and manufacturers use that in backpacks and clothing to help it make it more water resistant. So this bag doesn't feature any of those harmful chemicals that are not only harmful for you, but they're also harmful for the environment. So I'm gonna hit you with the tech specs right here on the screen. As the name EXP35 would suggest, it is a 35-liter bag. It stands at about 20.5 inches tall, 12.2 inches across with a depth of 7.9 inches. I did find the bag to be true to that 35-liter size, maybe a tad bigger because of the water bottle pockets, but we'll get into that as we pack this bag out. Now currently, the bag is only available in gray, but keep your eyes peeled to the website because Pacsafe has been known to change the colors. This bag is not new, it's been around for a few years. There's been some subtle tweaks here and there, but it's remained pretty consistent throughout the years. It is also available in a 45-liter bag if you want something a little bit bigger. Now, at the time of filming, this bag does retail for $270, and it does come with a 5-year warranty. So what I have here is my personal item sizer box. It's a common size used amongst airlines. Not all of them use this size, and typically 35-liter bags are not gonna pass as a personal item. But just in case you're thinking about squeezing this bag on a Frontier flight or a Spirit flight, you're probably gonna get charged at the gate for your bag being too big. So again, like most 35-liter bags, it's not gonna pass as a personal item, but it should fit well within the carry-on limits for most airlines. So starting with the overall aesthetic of the bag, the first thing you're gonna notice is this dead center carry handle. Now this handle is well padded and allows you to carry the pack like a duffel bag, and that makes it useful for navigating through a tight airline aisleway, or if you're some public transit like a subway. So it's nice to carry the bag at your side or in front of you, making it easy to navigate, but it does give the bag an overall unique aesthetic. Now this bag is pear-shaped, making it wider at the bottom and it tapers to the front. So again, with that coupled with the handle, it gives this bag a really unique look. So it may not be for everybody. I didn't find the look too bad. Actually, like I said, I really enjoyed the unique look of the bag, but that carry handle definitely does give it its own flavor. Now, because the bag is pear-shaped, you load your heavier stuff down at the bottom, and that gives this bag a nice base for it to stand on its own. And through my course of testing, I found that the bag did a fairly good job of standing up on its own. So the exterior fabric on this pack is a 750D recycled polyester with a water-resistant coating. Again, that water-resistant coating is PFC free. Now, I do like this material a lot. It's soft to the touch, and it's also, it feels very durable, very burly, like it's gonna last you, through your adventures. In addition to all that, it doesn't collect dust and pet hair very well. When I did manage to get some dog hair on the bottom of this pack, easily brushed off with the hand. Again, a great feature on a travel pack, low maintenance material. Okay, before we do a deep dive on the exterior and interior of this bag, I want to go over all the bag security features, because more than likely if you want to buy this bag, you're probably considering it because of its safety features. So this backpack has all puncture resistant zippers. Every single zipper on this bag is puncture resistant. That's a popular way to get into luggage and other backpacks, is simply just placing a sharp item and puncturing right through the zipper. So regardless if your bag or luggage is locked, the zipper is your vulnerable spot. These are puncture resistant. In addition to all that, all the zippers on this backpack are self-locking. So even if you don't have a lock, they kind of snap into each other like buttons. And at a minimum, that's a good enough deterrent right there, because they have to know how to undo these zippers to try to get them to open. In addition, on the main compartment, you have these giant chunky like number 10 zippers. In addition to being self-locking with each other, there's this rhubarb system here where it has a slider and lock, so you can slide your locks in there, and you don't even have to have your own lock. It's just another additional deterrent. Again, no keys or anything needed, but I mean, you just got to slow the thief down trying to get into your bag, and this is going to provide way more work than they're going to want to do. Even on top of that, having to lock it in the rhubarb system, lock it into each other, you can still fit a small lock through there to give it like triple protection if you really need to keep the contents of that main compartment safe. I joked with some coworkers saying that if I ever need to carry a large amount of money, this would be the backpack that I would choose to keep it secure. Another additional security feature in the top pocket here is an RFID pocket there, so you can put your passport, your wallet. Gives you additional RFID blockage right there in that pocket. Now, inside of the material of this entire backpack is an Exomesh. It's like a chicken wire that's embedded inside of this material, making this backpack extremely resistant to slash attacks. So this is going to take a lot of work to get through the bag itself because of that Exomesh embedded in the material itself. And one more additional feature along the back is that one of the shoulder straps can detach and lock. And this is useful if you want to lock the bag down to a chair. You're at the beach, you want to lock it down to a beach chair or a column. You simply turn the lock and pop it. It's the Pacsafe pop and lock security feature of the bag, and it comes out right there. Now, in addition to this shoulder strap being lockable so you can lock it around a chair or something, this straps is like super cut resistant, slash resistant, features Dyneema. So these straps are incredibly difficult to cut. So if you wrap this around a chair or a column or anything like that, you can feel pretty secure that it's not gonna be able to come undone off of wherever you decide to lock it. Okay, getting into the exterior features of the bag, of course we talked about this duffel style handle right in the center. You do have a little bit of branding up top, Pacsafe there. You have this little loop here of nylon. You can clip on a bike light or any kind of additional water bottle. Great place to clip any kind of additional gear you have. You do have compression straps on each side of the bag. Now these are not removable and they do block the main zipper there, so something to keep in mind, but it's a great way to compress this bag down if you want to continue to use it as a day bag once you get to your accommodations. You do have some water bottle pockets on each side, and they are pretty awesome. They're pretty stretchy. You can accommodate some very large bottles. I carried everything from an 18 ounce to a 32 ounce in this bag easily with no problem, even with the bag fully packed out. Great water bottle pockets. Now on the bottom of the bag, you do have another compartment, and that's a dedicated shoe compartment, and it has material separated in it so you can be able to keep your contents separated from the inside of the bag, whether it be shoes, dirty clothes. It's very, very generous, very big pocket, and I used it. I think it's great. That's what gives this bag a little bit of versatility. If you want to use this as, say, your gym bag or anything like that, it's a great place to keep your gym shoes or anything like that separated. As somebody who travels with another pair of shoes, this is a great place to keep your shoes and keep them separated from touching all the, your clothes and all your other stuff that you carry. Those are size 12 men's trainers that easily swallowed in this bag. I still have room. I probably could have thrown a thin pair of flip-flops, some shower shoes or stuff like that. But I really love that feature, separated shoe compartment at the bottom. Again, with that pear shape, that's what helps stabilize the bottom and to make this bag stand up very well on its own. Now coming along the top of the bag, you have one of the most comfortable carry handles I've ever dealt with. It's very, very thick, very, very squishy. You have some branding up top here, a little bit of branding there, but this is a nice chunky thick carry handle. And then you have like a carry hook or something to hook the bag onto. I love that it has a separate carry handle and a hanging hook, because when you go to like bathrooms and public bathrooms at the airport, sometimes these thick, chunky carry handles are hard to get across on the hook, and you have this thin piece of material there that's easy to hang your bag from. This is a feature that I wish more backpack makers would adopt, a separate hanging hook and a carry handle separately. Love that. Then of course on this side of the bag, we talked about your rhubarb system there to lock your main compartment. You do have a side handle on the side. Again, it's just this thin nylon like you have on the the top and on the front to hang gear. It just mostly help you to, you know, manipulate your bag. You're definitely not gonna want to carry it for your bag for long extended periods of time, just to help you pull it in and out of places. That's all it's there for. Just a thin piece of nylon, no additional padding there. Now this bag does feature side laptop compartment access here. Again, self-locking zippers, and they're also lockable. You can run a little lock through there. And Pacsafe does sell their own little like cable lock, TSA style lock there. And something if you want to add that on, again, Pacsafe has you covered with more additional security. Now moving over to the harness system, the backpack straps are wider at the top and they taper down into a J shape here, giving you a little bit of ergonomics. The mesh on the back is actually pretty comfortable. It's a little stiff and may require a little bit of break-in, but I had no problem with comfort on this bag. Again, they're wide at the top and they taper down. Nice little shape, very good function, and they were able to support the entire weight of the bag and its contents, no problem. You do have an adjustable, non-removable sternum strap, and this is one of those sternum straps that feature one side is elastic and the other side is straight nylon. So that makes the bag kind of bounce and move with you. It doesn't really, you know, hold tight to your chest. So again, something you have to get used to, but once you've used this style of nylon on one side, stretch like, you know, spandex type material on one side, and you know, your standard nylon on the other one, it's a little bit of a different feeling. You do have 2 additional D-rings up here, so you can attach more gear, run your sunglasses, anything like that. I love that they include those. And at the top of the bag, you do have load lifters to help dial in the comfort. Now there is no place to attach a hip belt, but again, even though this is a 35-liter bag, its shape and form and the way it carried with the, you know, support of the shoulder straps, I didn't really feel the need to ever have or miss the hip belt at all. Now this back panel is pretty flat. It is padded here, and this is your luggage pass-through, you know, but there is no additional like air channels. This is just some stitching here. So this back panel can become a little bit warm. So if you're, you know, traveling in warmer climates, or you're using this bag in warmer climates, it's something to consider. There's not a lot of breathability and it's pretty flat. And it's also not very structured. There is a thin frame sheet at the bottom, I'm sorry, in the inside of this, but it's very, very thin. It makes this whole back panel kind of, you know, real flexible. And if you use a laptop, that's where a lot of your back panel structure is going to come from. So I have my 16-inch Woodbook Pro, which is a wood mock-up of the MacBook Pro. And it'll easily fit on the inside of this bag. Now, there is no dedicated spot for a tablet, so you'll have to put your tablet inside the laptop compartment or inside the main compartment. So something that was a miss there, no separate compartment for a, you know, a dedicated spot for your tablet. But the 16-inch MacBook Pro fits in there very nice. There's actually a little bit more room at the top, so I can imagine, I know, quite a bit of room actually, that a 17-inch machine should have no problem fitting. Now the back, it is suspended, so again, another great feature there, suspended off the bottom, just a bit, not a lot, but even like I said, with your bigger machines, it'll easily fit into that laptop compartment, no problem. So this front pocket on the backpack is actually really great. It has its own dedicated volume, so it's actually a nice size pocket. I would say this pocket alone is about maybe 1 liter to 2 liters, just this pocket alone. So it's going to be your quick access pocket because you don't have quick access anywhere else. So this is a great place to put stuff you're going to need on the fly. So again, like we mentioned in the security features, you do have your RFID pocket right there. A great place to put your passport. You know, even though that this pocket is on the outside, you know, you typically don't want to store your passport on a pocket that's exposed to your back, but self-locking zippers and, you know, being able to run your own personal lock kind of makes this backpack, no matter where you put your passport, you know, besides the water bottle pocket, it's going to be safe no matter where you decide to put your passport within this bag. You do have a key leash here with the plastic carabiner, and on this side you just have a mesh pocket, no internal organization on this side. And it's a great place to put like your cell phone, a snack, store in there very easily. You can also throw your AirPods in here. This is good volume in this pocket, a place for your sunglasses, because again, this is going to be your quick access. You can connect our keys to the carabiner there, some hand sanitizer, and you still have plenty of room to, you know, get to or add any more quick access items you might need on the go. Now getting into the main compartment of this bag, the bag opens up in a unique shape, but again, plenty of access to this bag. It's almost like a full clamshell. And on this beaver flap of the backpack, you have one zipper pocket up front for some additional gear storage. Nothing else on this flap, it's all flat. There is some nice padding on it to give the bag a little bit of cushion on your contents on the inside. Now here down at the bottom is that extra materials. You can see how big that pocket is for your shoes. That's all the leftover materials. And I have a pair of 12 trainers already loaded down at the bottom. Again, no additional pockets on the inside of this bag. You do have your admin section here. Right here you have a Velcro access to the rhubar system in case you got to tighten up the bolts or anything like that. There's access to the rhubar system there. There's no security pocket that I found for like an air tag or anything like that. Again, this backpack's going to be pretty secure, so if you were to drop an air tag in any of these pockets, probably not going to go anywhere. Now this is where you have your admin section of the backpack. Again, this pocket is gusseted and has a pretty good amount of volume. Again, maybe another liter to 2 liters just in this pocket right here. And on the inside is your admin section. You have 2 pockets here, and then you have some smaller drop-ins and a couple of pen slots. So with this pocket having its own dedicated volume, this would be another great place to store some gear, some bulkier gear, but keep in mind, it's going to eat into the main cavity of the backpack. I kind of wish these were stretch mesh a little bit because of this dedicated volume. You can put some bulkier stuff in there, but they're sewn in, so you can only fit smaller, thinner items like a notebook in there. And then you have these drop-ins in the front. Put my flashlight. You got your pen loop. And then this pocket is pretty big. I can actually fit my entire moleskin notebook in there. And I still have a lot of room to add some more additional gear. Now you're kind of left with this area right here to pack the rest of your stuff. I do have that pair of shoes. So if you don't travel with a pair of shoes, you're going to gain almost like 2 or 3 more liters just by eliminating the shoes. But for the sake of showing you what this bag can hold, got the shoes down at the bottom. Now I have my Thule medium packing cube here. I have it packed for 5 days. I have the smaller one here, and let's see if what we can fit and arrange in this bag. So put my Thule cube down at the bottom. Up front, I can put my smaller cube, got the medium and the small. I have my gravel slim toiletry kit there. I got a packable sling for my destination, and I even have an additional tech kit to carry all my chargers and all the things that I need, cables and stuff to that effect. Still have an additional pocket here, but again, it eats into the main compartment, so all your contents, it's going to be pretty tight with the main compartment fully loaded. So let's button this thing up and get it tried on. All right, just to recap on the inside of this bag, we have the medium and small packing cube from Thule. I have the toiletry kit from Gravel, the TomTalk tech kit with all my chargers and accessory, and an additional pair of shoes in the main compartment. Also have the 16-inch Woodbook Pro loaded up in the laptop compartment. And like I was telling you earlier, these water bottle pockets on this bag are phenomenal. This bag is packed to the brim, the main compartment, and these pockets are great. Now I have a 26-ounce Yeti, and it fits in there no problem. You could still fit that 1 liter Nalgene even with the bag fully packed out. Again, some of the best water bottle pockets I had the pleasure of using on a travel backpack. Now the compression straps. Now it's great to use them if you're using a tripod or anything like that. They can easily secure through their larger water bottles. Again, to be honest with you, during my couple of weeks of testing this bag, I didn't even connect them. But if you wanted to cinch the bag down more, you have the compression straps there and plenty of strap to do so. And the straps also come with strap keepers. Now all those straps come with strap keepers, so you have some dangle management throughout the bag. There's one exception, the load lifters. There's no strap keepers for the load lifters, at least. Yeah, no, I didn't see any. But these straps are nice and adjustable to connect. So again, if you're carrying a tripod here, easily cinch it down with these giant compression straps. It gets around the whole bottle there, and it sticks out, you know, quite a bit. So now, while these aren't the most padded shoulder straps that I've ever used on a backpack, they're plenty capable of supporting this load. Fully loaded, I never felt that the bag got, you know, too much to carry. And then with the addition of the load lifters being able to dial everything in, I think the bag fit very well. And there's a lot of adjustments in the straps. So if you're somebody really tall, there's a lot of room, you know, to make those adjustments for you too, for your tall people. Again, the harness system, very capable of carrying heavy loads despite not being super padded. I just think it's enough. I think it's enough to get by. It has breathable air mesh underneath them, so that part of your shoulder straps is going to be, you know, well taken care of. Now the back panel is an area of concern as far as breathability is concerned. When I with that laptop in there, it provides plenty of structure. That little thin frame sheet is not enough to support, you know, a lot of the weight. Now if you carry a laptop, I think that's going to add a little bit of extra support to keep, you know, the bag firm and well supported while you're carrying it. Okay, so now we know what all this bag offers and we packed it out. We know what we can fit in this bag. Let's talk about some of the things that I really enjoyed about this bag. And the first thing for me is going to be the overall versatility of this bag. Now with that separate shoe compartment there, or, you know, a separate like dirty clothes spot and different things that you can use in that compartment, I like that it's separate from the bag. So it makes this an excellent gym bag. And like I said, it has that duffel feeling and duffel style to the bag. So if you want to put your gym shoes, you're taking a cycling class, you want to put your cleats down at the bottom, you have your towel, your change of clothes, and all your supplements, all your everything else you need to carry. I think this makes this a very versatile bag in that aspect that you can travel with it. It'll make a great gym bag. It would also make a great like beach bag as well. And we'll get into more reasons why I think that. But again, a separate place to put your towels, your wet stuff, different from your main compartment. I think that this bag has a lot of versatility given that it's, you know, it's got that separate compartment. And I actually enjoyed using that compartment way more than I thought I, you know, initially would. And of course, the main thing about this bag is its security features. I really enjoyed the security features. Now, one thing, you know, is when you're traveling, you're walking through busy, you know, subways, airports and stuff like that, it's nice to know that all your stuff is secure. You're not going to be at risk of a pickpocket. But also, like when you go to the, like if you were to use this as a pool bag, or if you're going to the beach, you can turn the bag around. You can lock your bag to, you know, a beach chair or a beach umbrella, something like that, make it more difficult for your bag to be taken away. If you're at the pool, you can lock it to a pool chair or to the gate or anything like that. So like for me, that's huge because I'm kind of like paranoid in that sense a little bit. I'm always the guy in the pool with like one eye, always keeping an eye on my things because, you know, sometimes you're not with a lot of people or, you know, you're just with some, you know, one other person in the pool and all your belongings and your cell phone, your wallet, all your stuff's at risk, you know, kind of on its own at the, you know, at the table there. But being able to lock up your bag and lock it down to a beach chair, a pool chair, or whatever it is, it makes it less susceptible. And like, again, I know when I'm at the beach, I've always have one eye looking at, you know, making sure my stuff is secure if I'm at the pool. So being able to lock the bag down, anchor it to something, it's just like a great peace of mind that your bag is going to be a little bit more safer than it normally would. And now because every compartment is lockable with the self-locking zippers and you can also run your own little padlocks through them, it doesn't matter where you keep anything, it's going to be secure. So whether you put your cell phone on here, main compartment, or even down at the bottom, you know, your wallet, it's all going to be protected and just, again, giving you that extra peace of mind. And lastly, I just really enjoyed the overall, you know, comfort of the bag. Now, it's not the most comfortable bag I've ever used. You know, these straps being a little bit on the thinner side, even though the padding is nice and firm and is fully capable of handling the load of this bag. Again, really surprised, you know, given the thinness of the straps and how well it carried. Didn't feel awkward. You know, the load lifters dialed in, carried very well despite being how big it is. You know, like I said, I do feel it's a true 35-liter bag, maybe a little tad bigger because of the pockets on the outside that can also expand out. You know, I fit a lot of stuff in here. And again, the bag just carried very well. So now, while generally my overall experience with this bag has actually been pretty positive, there were a few things, kind of like little minor nitpicks that I discovered about the bag. Again, nothing that was an absolute deal breaker because I have used bags where there were some absolute deal breakers, but I did have a couple of critiques for this bag. And one of them being is that admin section. So now if I want to get to that admin section of the bag, you know, of course, it being all locked up, it's going to take you a little bit of time than most backpacks. So I got to undo the rhubar, then undo the self-locking zipper. But again, we know that going in. I'm not penalizing the bag for that because that's one of the reasons you would buy the bag. While I'm penalizing the admin pocket where it's at is because it's in the main compartment and it's behind stuff that you would generally pack. So I have my tech case, small packing cube, and my toiletry kit out of the way. And then now I can access the admin compartment and retrieve any of the items that I put in here. So if you had your pen, your flashlight and stuff like that, it's very buried behind all this other gear. So now I would have preferred to have put the admin section, you know, kind of more accessible in the front. So I know you do have this quick access pocket up at the top for your smaller quick bits of gear that you want to grab, sunglasses, all that good stuff that we packed in there. But this section here, a traditional spot for an admin section, is kind of where I would have liked to have seen that, make it more accessible, not buried behind the gear. I would almost sacrifice, even though this is a great functioning handle and easy to carry the bag by like duffel style, I would sacrifice this handle just to move that admin section up to the front, because I did find it a little bit of a hassle to kind of move my gear around just to get to some of the stuff that I put on the inside of that admin section. Now, while we're on the topic of that admin section, let's say we were to move it to the front. All the pockets were sewn in on that. It was a gusseted pocket, so it did have a little bit of volume. I would have liked to seen some of those slots, stretchy mesh instead of sewn in, to make it a little bit more flexible to the amount of gear or types of gear that you can load into those pockets. So again, another minor little nitpick about the bag that I wish that I could have changed is the compression straps. Now, functional, yes. Definitely glad I had them, especially if you're carrying larger gear like a tripod, almost a must to secure your things. But I wish they were removable, because while I was testing the bag over a couple of weeks, I really didn't use them. I just left them disconnected because they blocked the access to the main compartment. I just left them disconnected the entire time, and I just used the bag that way. Now, I was able to fold up a lot of the excess material and tuck it into the strap keeper so they weren't this dangly, but I wish we just had the option to just remove them and maybe just store them somewhere in the bag, pop them out whenever you need them. Again, more of an aesthetic thing, but functionally for me, I honestly didn't even bother using the compression straps at all. Now, when the bag's a little less packed out, I honestly didn't feel that it was, overly big or I needed to compress it because it didn't look good. The bag held the structure pretty well, it looked pretty decent. Never once did I bother using the compression strap. So again, nice Hyperlon material holding the buckles there, but I would have just, preferred a detachable system altogether. Another small minor nitpick I had is the zipper pulls. Now, they're chunky metal zippers and they're lockable and they're self-locking and all the great features you want in a bag, but all of them being metal made this a jangling mess when walking. So if you're walking for long periods of times, I just couldn't help but notice all the dangle and all the jangle. So they all clink and clank and make noises. So it's not a very discreet bag when you're walking. So maybe something that I would like to see done in the future, maybe rubberized, still have metal zipper pulls, but it may be a rubberized coating to kind of dampen the sound, because this bag does jingle like jingle bells. It's pretty loud because all the zippers are these large metal ones. I mean, even the shoe compartment, very, very large, very, very noisy. Again, just a minor nitpick, but I can't help but notice sounding like, some sleigh bells as you're walking. So some final thoughts on the EXP35 from Pacsafe. I think that this is a wonderful bag, and if you're somebody who needs that little bit of extra security or even just that peace of mind, this is going to be a no-brainer pick. Now, the versatility of this bag makes it very, very useful outside of the security features. Gym, pool, beach, travel, all those places where you might need a little bit of extra security. Again, a no-brainer. Even though you lock your stuff up at the gym in the locker most of the times, I've gone to gyms, locker break-ins are real. People have gotten stuff stolen right out of their gym lockers. Now, in addition to your locker, securing your bag a little bit more, again, adds a little bit of peace of mind. If you're a traveler traveling hostel to hostel, they give you those foot lockers. Being able to secure your contents of your bag in addition to the foot locker, again, just another little peace of mind while you're traveling. Now, even though the bag can function in many of those roles, it's still a full-featured travel backpack, and it has all the bells and whistles that you would want in a travel backpack. So again, if you want to travel long-term in this bag, given its size, even you have the option to upgrade to the 45 liter, I think this bag is fully capable of handling all your travel situations. Again, my only area of concern as far as comfort would be the back panel breathability. So if you're traveling in a tropical climate, maybe something to consider. But overall, the bag carried very well, felt very comfortable. And again, like I said, it has all the bells and whistles that you would need out of a travel backpack, for your longer travels. So as usual, I want to know what you think of the EXP35 from Pacsafe. How much weight do you really put in security features of a bag? Sometimes I think it's a, kind of an afterthought and we don't really think about it, but we should. And I think that this bag, given it all these features, on top of functioning as a travel bag, priced at $269, $270, like a lot of other premium travel bags, it's a pretty great bag, because it's almost like all those other premium bags features you're getting, plus all the addition of the puncture, resistant zippers and locks and all this good stuff to help keep your stuff secure. So you're not really paying like a premium tax on top of a premium tax to get a premium bag. And again, the water bottle pockets are awesome. You get everything you want in a travel bag plus the security features at the same price. But again, I want to know what you think of the bag. Would you guys like to travel? Would you guys try out the EXP35? If you're considering buying the EXP35 and have any additional questions or want to know how something fits, please comment down below. I respond to every single question, and I love nothing more than to help you find the bag that's right for you. So again, if you're considering this bag and you want to know more about it, please comment down below. But again, thank you so much for joining me on this review, and I cannot wait to see you on the next one.